we have to continue to elect more socialists, and we have to ensure that we are unapologetic about our socialism.
Now, I want you really to understand something. What this communist is selling is not socialism, it's communism. What he's actually saying, in all of those on the left, the Bernie Sanders, the AOCs, the Barack Obamas, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, what they're really saying is that the founding fathers, everything they did, everything they stood for, the Constitution, the laws, things they did that was biblical, they say all of that was trash. They want to change every damn thing. They want you to know that nothing that they did was correct. The other countries, they say, are doing it better, the socialist countries. The question should be, why don't they go to those countries? Now, this piece of trash, and I like to call him Comrade Zoe. That's his new name. Notice that little phrase they keep using. Seize the means of production.
We have to ensure that we are unapologetic about our socialism. There are also other issues that we firmly believe in, whether it's BDS, right, or whether it's the end goal of seizing the means of production, where we do not have the same level of support at this very moment. And what I want to say is that it is critical that in the way that we organize, in the way that we set up our work and our priorities, that we do not leave any one issue for the other, that we do not meet a moment and only look at what people are ready for, but that we are doing both of these things in tandem. Because it is critical for us to both meet people where they're at and to also organize for what is correct and for what is right, and to ensure that over time we can bring people to that issue. The ramifications of victory here is the difference between life and death for so many of our brothers, sisters, and family beyond the binary across this borough of Queens. It's the difference between having cash bail anymore or not. It's the difference between having sex work be decriminalized and not. And with every battle that we fight as socialists, we need to remember what the stakes are and ground ourselves in them, and why those stakes are important and critical to us as individuals.
Now, most of these people are too stupid to know when somebody's a communist. Seize the means of production. It can't mean but one damn thing. He goes on to say that we must elect more socialists. In other words, we already have some socialists in office. They're technically communists. Now, when you used to say this a while back, 15, 20 years ago, they say you was crazy. If you said it 10 years ago, they'd say you was crazy. Bernie Sanders ran on this, but before Bernie Sanders, just about everybody else who ran was technically a communist. Technically, Barack Obama said the same damn thing. Now, I want you to understand something. President Trump allegedly got about what? In 2016, about 63, 64 million votes. That's them cheating on him. That's them manipulating the system. If we had a fair election where we actually do paper ballots and count it, he'll get more votes than that. It wouldn't even be close. 2020, they cheated even more. And they want you to believe Joe Biden got 81 million votes. 2024, he got about 78 million votes. Now I ask you this question. He was elected president. He's the most popular president in the history of this country. Now I know you find that hard to believe, but it's a fact. And he's been right about a whole lot of things. He ain't been right about everything, but he's been right about a whole lot of things. The American people in this process elected Donald Trump technically 3 times. And these communists, like this piece of trash, Comrade Zoe, wants to ignore the will of the people. This is what a communist does, ignore the will of the people. And so they're upset, the communist judges and those Democrats and rhino Republicans want to ignore what the people have spoken and said. Many of your so-called experts, including those in the MAGA movement, said if he bombed Iran, it was going to be World War III. Now they got egg on their face, but they won't talk about it. They're trying to change the narrative. He won. Get over it. We had to put up with 8 years of warmongering by George Bush lying to us. They weren't slapping all these injunctions on him, and he was a warmonger. We had to deal with 8 years of Bill Clinton getting blowjobs in the White House, starting wars, ripping off just about everybody. He and Hillary. We had to just swallow that. We had to deal with 8 years of a man with a fake birth certificate and a fake wife. Husband. Barack Obama, a sausage hider. A man who's not even a closet queer. He's out in the open, but nobody wants to talk about it. His birth certificate is fake. His marriage is fake. Them ain't even his damn kids. Then we had to deal with 4 years of complete incompetence. A man who had lost his cognitive decline before he even got in office, and they says that we should listen to what he says. Now we have the most popular president in the history of this country. They want to ignore this, and they want you to just keep on allowing communism. If you want communism or socialism, they got countries with that. Won't you just go over there? But they won't do that because they're too busy trying to destroy this country. Communists do one thing: destroy everything they come in contact with. Now, what's dangerous about this fella is not only is he a communist, but he's one of those radical Muslim communists, which may be even dangerous. Most of these radicals are nothing but communists themselves. They lay around and have a bunch of babies, want everybody else to take care of them, and then try to force you to worship Allah. Can't make it up. If New York elects this man, if we allow this damn fraud to be elected in office, not only will New York finish being destroyed, but that says something for the country that most of these people are so damn brainwashed, they can't even identify damn communists when they see it. And yes, he is a communist.